Boom, what's up, everybody? So thanks for joining me today. I thought that I would do a quick training based off of what I heard from someone the other day. And so I thought it was really interesting is that, and I've heard this a lot throughout the years of coaching and training people because I'm doing it well over 8 years now. And CEO Youre has been public for 5 years. I used to do it without telling anybody, but then what happened was the first 3 years of helping people, I was behind the scenes. I didn't tell anybody, but these companies were growing so big, they were starting to give credit to everybody, and no one was stepping up. So, but the subject I want to talk about today is this thing where I hear contractors, plumbers, HVAC, electricians, whoever, business owners saying, my business is ruining my marriage. And I always say, no, it's not. You're ruining your marriage. Your business alone's doing nothing. How you're behaving with your business, yeah, 100%, I agree. That could be ruining your marriage. How you're leading your business, I agree. That could be destroying your marriage. How you participate at home with your family, I agree. That could be destroying your marriage. But let's be clear, it's not the business, it's the person. Okay? It's never the business. It's always your ability to communicate and communicate with your wife or significant other, whatever it is. I'll talk from a wife perspective. You could put any name in you want. So I always find this very amusing because one, I've worked really hard not to stay married, but to stay in a relationship with my wife since we're 15 years old, which is now going to go on 34 years. And so I will tell you, was everything perfect? No. Was there a lot of lessons? Yes. Did the business put pressure? Yes. But only till I learned that I can't treat my business in a silo, right? And my wife in a separate silo, and in the middle is silence, right? Because if she's in a tube and I'm in a tube and there's silence, well, then there's not understanding. And what's up, Brian? And I think what happens is a really strong relationship has an understanding and has clarity, alignment, and accountability. It's never the amount of time you spend with somebody. Somebody's like, my wife's mad. I'm not spending enough time at home. I'm like, no. That's not why your wife's mad. I'm guessing, she's probably mad because when you are home, you're not present. Is that true? Is it correct? I mean, this is what I've noticed. It was the same thing for me. I'm like, what do you mean? I was home all weekend. It's like, no. You were on your phone all weekend. You didn't pay attention to me all weekend. You didn't ask, like, was there something I need? So it's this whole delusion. And it's such an easy thing for people to say, yeah, I got to stop doing this, or I got to stop doing it. It's affecting my marriage. And I'm like, no, it's not. You're affecting your marriage. Your habits, your behaviors, your patterns, your communication, that's affecting your marriage. How do I know? Well, because there's a whole lot of people that get married to military people, and they're gone for years, but they stay married. And they're not even around at all. They're all overseas fighting to protect us, but they stay married. So wait a second. If they stay married and you're here, you're right next to them, you leave every morning, come back every night, and you're telling me no, that's not the problem. What I want you to look at is what's failing in your communication, what's failing in your understanding, what's failing in your ability to say, let me share where we're at, good, bad, or indifferent. Like when you made a commitment to a relationship, you committed to not just the good stuff, you committed to everything. You committed to, well, let me see, if something goes wrong, let's work together as a team. So instead, I always like people to say, the other thing they say to me is like, yeah, I'm missing a lot of my family time. And I'm like, why? Why is your family not involved with your business? Why don't they come to the work? Why don't, when we were growing really fast, like 1 year we did 6 million extra in 1 year. Like my family came and visited me. I ate dinner at the office. I mean, it's your definition of what precious time is and what precious time is not. But I'll repeat it a couple more times here. Your business is not affecting your marriage. You are. You are 100%. I mean, have you sat down with your wife and said, what are our expectations? I mean, what do we see for the future? What do we want to leave? Like, it's a partnership. And I know a lot of people keep their relationships out, but even my wife wasn't involved with Gold Medal Service as we were building it to $32 million and 200 employees and 165 trucks. But even though she wasn't in the day-to-day, she was involved. I shared, look at our trucks, look at our people, meet our people, come to the Halloween thing, come here, come visit, have lunch. I used to go out to lunch with her. You know, so it's the little things that make the big difference. But I thought this might be a helpful video because if I could at least remove that excuse from you that, oh, the reason is I'm not doing good in business is my wife. No, it's you. The reason why I'm not 10 or 20 million now is the market. No, it's you. The reason why my employees leave is there's a union shop. No, it's you. It always will be you. And until you could kind of look in the mirror and get to grips with that, you're just going to be around in a cluster of people. It's like if you want to watch listen to a book, I said it many times before. A lot of people say Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich, is the best book ever. Everybody read it, but not everybody's rich. Is that true? I mean, everybody's read or listened to Think and Grow Rich, but not everybody's rich. So what's wrong if the book is so great? Or it's like, oh, I read the book. Well, if it's so great, why are you not rich? I don't see you rich. Why not? Why are you not? Well, I'm doing pretty good. Well, pretty good means you're disappointed. Well, let me tell you a book I think everybody should read, and it's not my book. It's Napoleon Hill's Outwitting the Devil. He talks in there about harmonic rhythm. There's not enough men. There's not enough people. There's not enough. You've been programmed so much you can't even see in front of you. You can't even see in front of you. So anything you get together with other people and they're cycling through the same repetitive stuff. Oh, you know, living the dream. I'm like, are you saying that because you really are? Because you're alive. That sounds like a dream to me. That sounds like really, really awesome. It sounds like what you're doing is living a bitch fest. Living in complaint. You're in a circle of people all complaining. How do you know that? If the first thing that you guys say when you get together, no matter if you're in an organization of any kind, and they start, well, you know, it's hard to get good guys. I'm like, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out of this conversation. Let me know how that's working for you. Let me know how your weakness is serving you here. You know, because that's not my reality. I tell people, well, you know, Mike, it's hard to find great people. No. I didn't even hear what you said. I won't even allow you to let that leak into my brain the slightest thing. Well, you know, it's not that easy, pay-per-click. Oh, really? It's not? Okay, good. That's your deal. You know, SEO doesn't do, oh, no. Don't give me your beliefs. I'm okay. All right. I'm sure it's difficult for you. It's not difficult for me. So don't try to curse me with your words. Right? Don't try to give me a spell, right? Spelling. I'm going to give you a spell. Like, don't try to give me no spell. I don't need no witchcraft on my ass. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what's controlling people. It's like, yeah, you know, my wife is this, my wife's that. I don't know that. Most of the time, and what makes us different, I think, a lot is I'll get on a conversation with a husband and wife and say, well, tell me what's happening here. Let's look at it for what it is. It's never what you think it is. It's never what they think. Because you got to peel back the onion and step back outside of yourself and say, what is the real deal going on here? What is the real deal? And maybe this resonates with you and maybe not. I mean, I'm going to deliver the message because I'm not a life's puppeteer, right? Unfortunately, or I should say fortunately for you, I don't feel that I have to look a certain way, dress a certain way, talk a certain way to serve people in the world. I know a lot of people are shackled to society's belief systems, and that's the same thing that comes into the relationship, right? You're like this. You're handcuffed to what you think people will think, won't think, you know, had thought all about you. And I want to bring this back to relationship because here's the deal. Relationships have to have alignment. You must be aligned. What do we expect? What do you want me to share? What don't you want me to share? I remember someone saying, I'm ready. I'm so broke. I'm going to go out. And I said, well, how does your wife feel about this? Oh, she doesn't know. I said, well, she's about to find out now, isn't she? She's about to find out. Is this the right moment in time for her to find out? Or maybe should you have considered, you know, sharing along the way that a problem is happening? Maybe you should have shared along the way that a situation is coming. I hope this makes sense for some of you, because I hear these things all the time over my wife, my wife. I could only imagine what she says about you. She probably says, I didn't sign up for this. My wife didn't sign up for 12, 13, 14 years of not knowing how to run a business good. She didn't sign up for that. I can tell you that right now. I'm pretty sure what she signed up for is what I figured out. She signed up for, my wife, because I just got to imagine, we're together since I'm 15. I had an afro, you know what I mean? Chain wallet, about as combat boots, as rogue as you could get. But I'm pretty sure she saw a different future. And then I run them through this service industry hell until I figured it out. And then I said, oh, this is how you put the pieces together. This is how you do it. And I guess if I was to put, what's up, Chris, a ribbon around this, you must take sole responsibility for your weakness. You have to. You must take sole responsibility for your lack of ability to solve a problem. See, you either have the ability to solve the problem or you're getting the ability to solve the problem. I don't know of osmosis, and of course there's enlightenment, but not enough people get it. So, the reality is, if you have a problem, it's your problem, and there's only two things. You either have the solution to solve it, which probably means you wouldn't have gotten the problem, isn't that? Because, the skills that got you to where you're at, they're never going to get you to where you want to go. They won't, or you'd already be there. You see, there's always another up-leveling of skill sets. Like, I was listening to Jay Abraham the other day, because not only is my one-on-one coach, and I have a call with him at 12:30, so I have to watch the time here, because I want to make sure I could eat lunch also before my call. But what I was listening to him say is, and it was really, really interesting, he was talking about, what you need to do is you need to learn outside your industry. You need to learn from people that think different or outside a different perspective. He said it's dangerous when you stay in one box with one group of perspective, because what happens is that creates your framing. It creates a runway for you to be stuck in. And until you can hear things a different way, see it with an open mind, non-judgmental, to say, what did I learn? What can I take from that? A lot of people were like, Mike, you went with your wife to see this guy, Sadhguru, right? He's a yogi. He's got a big beard, a big thing on his head. He wears a big robe. Like, why would you? Because I understand the power of different perspective. I understand the strength behind listening open-mindedly to different people and different perspectives. So a lot of people I would say this, a lot of people want what people have, but they're not willing to do what other people did. Like, I think I posted this morning about with Clint Eastwood, right? People would say to me, oh, Mike, you got a great wife. You're lucky. Luck? What's luck? We created a great relationship. We created this together. This was no luck. If you knew what we both came from, both of us, from divorced families, the story goes on and on. There's no luck there. I don't know what this definition of luck is for people. I don't think a good relationship is based on luck. I believe it's based on strategicness with two people communicating properly together. If this makes sense, hit a button or something, so at least I know you're listening and I'm not on dead air here. And if you are in that position, and I can help you at all with insight, or you're struggling with your relationship, I'm not a therapist, I don't do counseling, but I will say that I've learned a lot over these many, many years of coaching so many different business owners. And now, CEO Warrior, we have over a couple hundred companies all over Australia, Canada, New Zealand, all over the United States. And we're pretty much becoming the largest, fastest growing organization in the plumbing, HVAC, electrical, everything from home remodeling to you name it, restoration, carpet cleaning in the world today, as fast as we're growing here. But I want you to know that if you're struggling in that position, don't give up. A lot of men are quitting too soon. You're quitting way too soon. If you've grown and your wife hasn't grown with you, that's your fault. And you should take responsibility for that. I did. I didn't even know the problem until me and my wife went to an event And I figured it out. I was like, holy crap. I'm going to all these events. I'm going to all these things. I think I'm a hotshot. Look at me. I learned, people would fly in to look at gold medal when we were only probably doing 10 or 15 million people were, because we grew so fast to 15 million and sustainable. So there's a difference to growing fast and not sustainable, or growing fast and hating your life versus growing fast and sustainable and loving life. And I just, like, after that event, I was like, holy crap. I was like, man, Chris, I'm like, I keep going to these things learning. My wife, she's wiping babies' butts. Like, how is she growing? I'm growing, she's not growing, until we created that new alignment. And then all of a sudden, boom, ultimate alignment, and now we're on the same page. So that's why I'm sharing this subject, because so many people want to, I see all these Facebook groups. Everybody's like, what about my P&L? What about this marketing? What about a truck? What I want to know is, like, what about your relationship with your wife? What about your relationship with your kids? Tell me about that. That's the stuff I want to see in people's groups, because, business could do amazing, but if your health and relationships suck, doesn't matter how good your business is, you feel lonely and upset. Isn't that true? I mean, that's been my truth. Maybe not your truth, but man, when your relationship's not dialed in, then everything feels like a waste. Okay. Honored to spend time with you guys. If I could serve any of you, I know I got another webinar coming up. I don't know the title yet. I don't remember it. I know it's badass. We did the 700 leads and another one. Go to servicebusinessgrowth.com and you'll get on the list at least. And if any of you are looking, we have our last 4-day event, and there's no more 4-day event like that. I'm just being clear. Like, it ain't a ploy. There's no more. I've done it for 5 years. I'm done. We've penetrated so deep in companies and changed so many lives. It's our last one, June 4th to 7th. If you're interested and you want to get in, let us know. You got to be pre-approved. We don't just let anybody in. You got to be pre-approved for it. We want to make sure you're good people, no ego, and you're ready to grow and change your life as a whole. If that's the case, boom, send me a private message. I'll make a connection either for myself with you or with my office manager or somebody like that. But I got to go eat. Boom, I'm out. Enjoy your day.